Yeah, this is Black Light once again. We're talking about the reason why a lot of people don't favor the Nation of Islam. Uh, they think the Nation of Islam are troublemakers, and they make the white man mad. And if the white man's mad, he might take it out on the rest of us, you know. But that's not the case. So we're going to explain some of this. But first, we're going to cover the music business. Since blacks in the entertainment world, and also sports too, that's entertainment, and movies, the gangsters, the Italians, and the Jews run the entertainment business, gambling, sports, music. They run this. Now I live in Detroit, and at a very early age, I wanted to be into the music business. So I started studying music when I was about, I say, a good 9 to 10 years old, and I took drums in elementary, and so I know about it, you know, and that's the reason why I'm not, you know, I didn't, after a certain age, I said, man, forget it. I'm not gonna try to do it the way everybody else did try to do it. Because here in Detroit, you had Motown, Gordy, and I know a lot of people was on the inside of Motown, some famous people, and Gordy, he made a lot of brothers famous, and a lot of brothers well off. We can't say wealthy, but well off. A few Gordy made well off, that was in his favor. But a lot of them didn't know the business of music. And Gordy was a shrewd businessman, you know. So he studied some of the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. And he came up with, he was working out at the factory also, but he was a songwriter also. And he also made some music, you know, wrote some music. But by him studying some of the teachings, do for self, and his people already had a little bit of change. They already had some money. And so he could, you know, start his own business, you know, a music business. And he got most of his money from blacks, you know, his people. And I don't know if he had if he borrowed any money from the mafia, but he got his own music business off the ground. And Detroit, didn't nobody expect him to do what he did, that phenomenal job he did. Because there was a lot of music companies in Detroit, music studios in Detroit. United Sound System, I could go on and on. But they never reached the height that Motown did. So, but first we're gonna talk about how the Nation of Islam was flourishing in Detroit. And the Caucasian never expected the nation to come up like that. And they never expected Berry Gordy to come up like he did. So being self-contained, Berry Gordy being self-contained, and he had to get worldwide distribution though. And so he had to make deals with the Caucasian to get that kind of distribution, you know. And he had to be a harsh businessman to his own people, because once he learned the music game, he knew about publishing, distribution, songwriting, and everything like that. But he was helped making, he was a frontiersman. He was making the way for blacks to get over, you know, in the music game. But they were kept ignorant of the business part. They were only thinking about the artistry part, or the talented part of it, the entertainment part of it. And another brother that was on the level of Berry Gordy, but he just didn't have as many successful artists as Berry Gordy, was Curtis Mayfield. And it was other brothers, but we just gonna deal with Curtis and Berry Gordy for right now. Here in Detroit, I grew up down the street from Golden World. I wasn't too far from, I didn't live too far from David Ruffin. He stayed on the next street. He stayed on Parkside. I stayed on Wildermere. Jackie Wilson stayed on Wildermere. And I would go, his daughter would give parties, and we would go to his parties. Golden World was on Wildermere and Davidson. Well, that's where you got Don Davis was working over at Golden World, and Edwin Starr was at Golden World. Eventually, Golden World became a satellite of Motown music, of Berry Gordy. And so this is what the rap is going to be about, how the music business and the sport and the entertainment business made the United States famous, more so than the car factories and all like that. Because music is the ambassador. Black music, it was the ambassador to the world. You know, it looked like that we were happy slaves over here singing. It looked like we were happy slaves over here tossing the ball into the hoop, throwing the ball. It looked like we were having big fun over here, and we were rich because we were living better than, some of us was living better than some of the brothers and sisters in other countries. So I'm gonna get deep into this, what you call reverse psychology. you know. And the reason why we need to be separated, because we need to do for self. We don't need no interference from the Caucasian. Because once you get interference from the Caucasian, you're going to owe him something. Black light out.